This video is so overdue, but I'm gonna do 3 looks with these 3 indie palettes, and I'm gonna give you guys my first impression thoughts. So if you guys are interested, just keep watching. If this happens to be your first time on my channel, welcome. My name is Karen Harris. I like to film tan girl friendly makeup videos here on YouTube. I do post quite often, so highly recommend subscribing, turning on that bell so you're notified every time I post, and without further blabbering, let's get into it. Okay, I have some makeup on today. I actually did my makeup today because we were going to run errands, and I was like, let me run downstairs, do a little bit of makeup. So I want to pack this up for my Shop My Stash, but we haven't gotten that far yet. So I do have some makeup on, but I've had this on for like 10 plus hours at this point. So I figured I'd start the video, do my makeup look, fix this somehow, and we'll be on our merry way. But I feel like this video is so long overdue. I've had the look with the Other Side palette from Klarity filmed for probably a month now, and I kept getting delayed for one reason or another, and so I finally sat down and filmed 2 more looks with some newer palette launches. So hopefully this video will be helpful to you guys. I'm going to put timestamps and everything down below. We're just going to talk about each of the palettes and then show you all the looks, and then I'll give you my first impressions on all 3 of them at the end. I do have codes with some of these brands. I'll leave all the information for shopping in a pinned comment as well as in the description box. All 3 of these palettes were sent to me. I didn't have to film this video, but I wanted to because I feel like it's so helpful, and the launches still keep coming, so here we are. So anyway, let's start off with the Other Side palette from Klarity. This one I feel like was definitely a closer to Halloween launch. Did this come out during Halloween? I don't know, but they did send it to me, and it's such a cute little color story. So if you haven't been keeping up with Klarity, which I haven't really been keeping up with them like that hard either, but they did do a smaller pan size with this palette, which I think is so nice. So let's go ahead and get into the close-ups and the swatches. This is the Other Side palette. It retails for $49, making it the middle palette of the 3 palettes we're going to talk today about. So this one's not the cheapest one, and it's not the most expensive. There's 12 shades, 6 mattes, and 6 shimmers. And I do believe Klarity makes their palettes. I'm not really sure. I tried to dig in a little bit, but I couldn't really find whether they were made in the PRC. I think they're assembled in the US though. So hopefully I can get more clarification from you guys. If you know, let us know in the comments. Let's go ahead and talk about the swatches. Fairytale is a shade that has a lot of purple and blue sparkles. It doesn't really have a base shade. Full Moon is a matte mid-tone purple. Just One Wish is a green shimmer shade with kind of base to it, but not too much. And then Just a Whisper is a mucky olive green. Night Trail is a cool tone blue with like a hint of gray in it. Black Widow is a black base with lots of rose gold and green sparkles in it. Enchantment is a dark green matte. Fairy Flowers is a purple shimmer with blue flakes in it. It's a duochrome shade. And then we have Who Goes There, which is a metallic blue shimmer with lots of silvery sparkles. Never to Return is another more cool tone looking green. And then we have Place of Wonder, which is a matte pink shade. And Never Wanna Leave is a metallic pink, bright pink kind of shade. Okay, the next palette we're going to talk about is Mostly Merry from Gourmande Girls. I really think this packaging is so cute. It's so different. It kind of reminds me of the old DD signature packaging because they used to do a lot of like fruit themed palettes like this. So it's very slim and just something a little bit different. Step inside a drifting snow globe of winter enchantment. Mostly Merry is a frosted escape into shimmering nights, icy horizons, and the quiet magic found only in the coldest months of the year. This 9-pan palette captures the serenity and splendor of winter and pure seasonal beauty wrapped in a dreamy fairy tale. Inspired by moonlit snowfall and the tranquil hush of frozen landscapes, Mostly Merry blends pigmented mattes, shifting duochromes, and multidimensional sparkles. Each shade glows against the cool twilight backdrop of its snow globe packaging, featuring a distant castle rising through the frost, a reminder that winter is a world of elegance, mystery, and wonder. Whether you're creating soft-focused, frosted looks of dramatic winter night glam, this palette delivers rich, pigmented blendability and a touch of icy magic, a celebration of the season. This is cruelty-free, vegan, made of recycled packaging, and this has 9 shades, 5 mattes, 4 shimmers, and it is made in the PRC. This is $39. It is the cheapest palette in this video, and it does have 9 shades, so that kind of makes sense. Okay, let's talk shade descriptions. Snow Castle is a brown matte like a neutral lighter shade. Starlit Frost is a shimmery silver. Snow Petal is a marbly shade with silver and blue flakes in it, but I swear when I swatched it right next to Starlit Frost, they look very similar. They barely look different. It's just like a different sparkle in the third shade, so I'm not really sure how I feel about that. Then we have Glacé, I think is how you say it. It is a black base with lots of rainbow sparkles. Dancing Flurries is a peachy shade. It's a light matte. And then we have Hiver is a taupey shimmer, but again, it looks silver. Just like looking at the swatches without looking at them in the camera, to me, all three of those lighter shimmers look the same. Snowmint is a minty matte shade. Driftwood is a dark brown matte color, and then Midwinter is a blue that's like almost like an ashy black blue shade, so that'll be great for like a smoky vibe. And then the last palette we're going to talk about today, I haven't tried this one yet, so this is the Mary Chrissy palette. This is going to be the last look in this video, and this was sent to me from Glaminatrix. I think it's so beautiful, and let me show you guys the close-ups and swatches. So this palette contains 15 shades, 7 mattes and 8 shimmers, and it retails for $68. So this is the most expensive palette in this video, but I think it kind of makes sense because it also has the most amount of shades. Celebrating Chrissy the proper Aussie way with a palette that shines brighter than the tinsel mom refuses to pack away. Mary Chrissy is your ticket to looking fabulous at every Barbie, beach trip, and backyard hangout. These shades are creamy, sparkly, and ready to survive the summer heat better than the pav you left on the beach for too long. Expect colors that pop harder than a bonbon, blend smoother than fresh sunscreen, and glow loud enough to make the neighbors stare. Perfect for Chrissy photos, family chaos, and showing up looking like the fun one. Get your glow on, grab a cold drink, and let Mary Chrissy bring the cheer. This palette is Aussie's festive glam at its cheekiest. I love that description. Oh my goodness. So cute, so cheeky, and I really love what they did. So let's talk about the shades here. And let me tell you, this palette swatched amazing. So I'm so pumped to put this on my eyes. So let's start off with Pav, which I'm actually not sure what that is. It is a shade that doesn't really have much of a base to it, but it's a bone-colored shimmery shadow. It's almost like a really, really light gold kind of peachy shade. Hot Sand is my kind of favorite, terracotta brown. Actually looks like the single eyeshadow I have all over my lid right now. Servo Run is a warm gold shade. Nana Nap, oh my god, I love that. It's like a mustard yellow. Lamo is a bronzy shade with lots of gold flakes in it. Prawns is a prawn color. It's what we call shrimp, where I'm from too. We call them prawns, but nobody calls them that here. So I always feel so weird saying that. And it's a peachy color. Barbie is, of course, barbecue, and it is a peachy shade with lots of gold shimmer. Scorcha is a hot day, in case you didn't know. It's a bright red. And then Thong Snap is a shimmery red, and Stubby is a dark brown shade. Boxing Bender, that's a great name, is an iridescent shade with lots of purple sparkles, so it has like almost like an ultraviolet purple shift to it. Pesky is a matte blue. Surf's Up is a shimmery blue multichrome that shifts from blue to purple. And then we have UTE Load, I think is how you say that. Honestly, in the pan, it looks brown to me, but when I swatch it, it looks more like an army green. Last shade is called Backyard Cricket, not the insect, the game, Backyard Cricket. And it is a multi-chrome looking shade. It shifts like green, purple, and silver sparkles. So love this palette. This is the only one I haven't played with yet at the time I'm filming this video, but I'm going to do a look with this one last. So let's go ahead and get into the first look. Okay, we're going to play with the other side palette, and I really like this color story. I think I'm going to do a green look though. Who's surprised? Not me. I'm going to start off with the shade Enchantment. It's this beautiful dark green, and I think I want to put that in the outer portion of my crease and eyelid as well. Trying to focus that on the very outer edge. Next, I'm going to go into the shade called Just a Whisper with that same brush, and I'm going to just kind of Blend that in slowly. Okay, that looks really cute. I'm gonna add a little bit of the shade Never to Return, kind of on the midpoint of my eyelid and outer corner. And then I'll go in with that dark green shade one more time as well. But first, I think I want to use my shimmer shade, which I think I'm going to use just one wish because it's a really pretty green shimmer. And then I think I might use Fairytale either on top of this green or in the inner corner. We'll see how it looks. I'm gonna grab a flat brush from Sigma, go into just one wish, pick up a good amount of it. I always like to give my shimmer shades a nice spray, and I've had really good luck with Klarity shimmers. They're very pigmented and usually they pick up nicely on a brush, so this one seems to be sticking to the lid quite well. Just using this on the full eyelid, and I'm just going to go back into just a whisper and kind of blend up into the crease a little bit more. I've been using the Danessa Myricks Color Fix eyeshadow primer. I've been using it as a white shade as an eyeshadow primer, so trying something different the last couple of days. But before I go in with the darkest matte, I'm going to line the waterline quick and put on some of the other shades, and then we'll finish it off with adding the deeper shade on the outer corner. Okay, I used my Prada eyeliner in the waterline. I hadn't used this in a while, and I know I saw people recommending this for the Sephora sale, so I was like, wait, I have that, let me grab it and use it, and I did. Okay, I grabbed a pencil brush. I'm going to go into Fairytale quick, giving it a little spray, popping it on the inner corner. See, this is like a more blue shimmer shade, so I was a little bit not sure if I should use it in the inner corner. It does have some like green sparkles to it as well, so I'll make it work. But as far as like being the most cohesive inner corner shade, I don't know that I had any other option really either to pick from, but I did use that as my inner corner shade. So I just cleaned off this brush again, and I'm gonna go into the shade Never to Return. I feel like that's a good mid-tone green in this palette, and I'm just gonna line the lower lash line. It's so pigmented, I can just easily go up and down on my waterline, and it's really holding the pigment, which makes me happy because sometimes mattes like that I can just blend away in the lower lash line and I feel like I'm getting nowhere. So I love that for me, and I'll take a little bit more and just kind of pounce it here on the outer corner. And I'm gonna go back into Enchantment and I'm gonna pop that on the outer corner of my eyelid. And I'm actually gonna take the pencil brush and I wanna kind of like run it into the outer corner on the lower lash line as well. Just kind of blend it a little bit back and forth there. It completely blended away on this eye. Oops. It completely blended away on this eye, so I feel like I really have to re-up it. Okay, so I think that's the look. I feel like I could maybe amp up the green a little bit. Okay, so I think the look is pretty much done. I'm going to spray my face and I'll be right back to show you. Okay, friends, so here is the finished look. What do we think? Definitely let me know in the comments. I want to tell you guys what else is on my face today before we get to the next look. So let's start off with my primer. I have a few that I have found in my collection because I was telling you guys, like, I need to find some more hydrating primers, and I was trying not to buy one during the Sephora sale. So I did find this one from Milk. This is the Cooling Water Jelly little thing. I don't know if this is primer or skincare, but it is very cooling and quite hydrating. So I thought, why not try it for that? So I'm wearing this under my makeup today. I feel like these jelly products got so much hype when they first launched, but I haven't really heard anything about them since. So I got this in PR and I was like, let me try it. And then for foundation, I went to one that I really don't know how I feel about this. I feel like it looks really great, but I just don't love it. It doesn't feel cakey or heavy on my skin. I think it looks really nice, but for some reason when I apply it, I feel like I don't love it. But like looking at myself in the camera, looking at myself in the mirror, I think it looks really nice. So I don't really know what I don't like about it. I hope that makes sense. But this is the Tier Mask Fit Red Foundation, and I have it in the shade 33N. I was trying to decide if I don't like the shade, but even the shade, it doesn't seem like too warm or anything. So I'm really not sure what my problem is, but I wanted to try it out because the end of the year is coming and I want to have like my thoughts on products in case I want to feature them in my yearly favorites or something like that. And then I use the new Makeup Forever HD Skin Full Cover Concealer that I picked up during the Sephora sale. I have not tried that yet, so today was my first day wearing it. And then bronzer combo, we went a little out there. I grabbed my Natasha Denona liquid bronzer and I paired it with my Dior bronzer. This is in the shade Deep Matte, and I hadn't used this in a while. It's a very bougie bronzer. I think I picked that up in the spring Sephora sale, and I just got a Sephora package and I ordered this blush. So I grabbed the shade Tan Line, and I really wanted Sleepy Girl, but it was out of stock. I just checked today and it's back in stock, so I did grab Sleepy Girl, but this is a pretty kind of like mauve-y shade that I thought would work with my skin tone, so I did grab that. And then I also have on my Prada highlighter. I was like, haven't used that in a while, so I did use this one. I will say this isn't like my favorite highlighter, especially for the price, but I don't hate it. And then my lip combo is another thing I picked up during the sale. I've been really loving these. This is from Refi, and this is the shade Rosa, and it's just a really pretty satin lipstick, and I bought 3 shades during the Sephora sale, so prepare to be sick of me because I'm going to be wearing them all throughout the end of the year because I really like this formula and I love the shades. So that is everything that is on my face today for this look, and now we're going to get into another look with another palette. Okay, it's time to create a look with this palette. It's so cute. It's so wintry. So I'm kind of thinking of using these 3 colors. This really deep shimmer, this minty color, and this shade has the deepening up shade. So we'll see if my vision comes to life. I'm going to start off with this fluffy brush, and I'm going to go into the minty color. And I just want to start by like pressing that into the inner corner and the crease. I want to see how pigmented this shade is because I would call this like a pastel shade. And usually pastel shades don't really do much for me. So I wanted to see how strong of a matte this is. Okay, so this is what I have so far. It looks pretty pigmented. I'm going to go into the midwinter shade, which I am a little bit terrified of because it just looks so dark and gray-like. And I'm going to do my little faux wing liner kind of look, just keeping the deep shade very close to the outer corner, running it into the waterline just a little bit. I think for my liner, I'm going to try one of these new Kaleidos liners. They send me all their new stuff, and I'm so excited. That's such a pretty, like, holo color. So I know it's giving, like, a nice amount of shimmer on the waterline, and it looks so cute against that gray shade. It's kind of contrasting. I'm going to go into the silvery shimmer, and I think that's going to be the pop in the inner corner as well. So I'm going to take a good amount on this pencil brush, give it a little spray, and I'm just going to pop that right here. Looks so icy. And I'm going to go into the minty matte, and I'm just going to run that back and forth between the inner and the outer corner. Okay, now the lid shade, I was going to go in with this one. It's much deeper than what I usually try, but we're going to just try something new, try and get outside our comfort zone. So I'm just going to take this Sigma flat brush, and I'm going to go into, I think it's Glacé, and I'm going to spray it. Of course, something is wrong with this sprayer. Oh my gosh. And I'm going to start on the outer corner. Okay, I kind of want to keep that shimmery shade kind of closer to the outer corner. I don't want to bring it all the way in. So I'm going to go back into this brush and I'm going to hit up the mint shade and just brighten it up a little bit more on the inner corner. Feels kind of weird to have that be so naked, but I also kind of love how it's looking. And I'm just going to pop on more mint on like the brow bone, so the shimmer shade kind of looks like it's part of the wing almost. I think it's working. And I want to put some more shimmer on this area, and I'm kind of turning it into part of the matte shade. Created a little wing there with it. I'm gonna go back into my little unearthly brush and the matte color, and I'm just gonna add a little bit more. I don't know, it's kind of different. Maybe it looks funny. I don't know if it's making my eyes look drooping like they're down, but I have pretty deep set eyes, so my crease like really goes into my eye socket. So I feel like when I look at you like this, it doesn't really look like it's making my like eyelids like droop down, but we'll see. Something a little bit different for me, but I like it. So I'm gonna finish up this makeup and I'll be right back to show you the finished look. Okay, here is the finished look with the Mostly Merry palette. Oh my gosh, I really think this packaging is so adorable. Anyway, let me tell you really quick what else is on my face today in case you want to try and recreate the look. Let's start off with the lip combo. I finally tried this out for the first time. I picked up this Huda Beauty little set during the Sephora sale, and it's really cute. I'm a little bit surprised at how little it feels like is in here, but this is a faux filler jelly oil, and it's very peachy. I don't love that for me, but it's fine. It's not like the end of the world, but these are cool. I definitely started off using this as a lip liner, but it's such a pretty nude brown color, so I ended up putting it all over my lips. This is the shade Soft Nude, and I did just get that Sephora coupon that they're having for like one more 20% off, and now I'm like, should I get more of these lip contour stands? That color is so pretty. I also used two things that are in my Sigma favorite set because they are doing like a little free gift with purchase. So if you buy my Sigma set before December 16th, you can get a Sigma color corrector. And my set has this tapered cheek brush in it and the Tiger Lily blush. So that's all I have on my face today as blush and highlighter because it has the most beautiful like gold sheen in it. And so I wanted to let you guys know that if you wanted to get a free gift, now is your chance. And Sigma's having so many good sales, so you can get so many things at such a great price. Even gifts for your friends, like if you want to get somebody something like really quality, nice brushes, beautiful makeup, beautiful eyeshadow palettes, highly recommend checking there, especially if you're looking for something for someone that doesn't want really colorful makeup. They do have some colorful options, but all of their eyeshadow palettes I think are just great gifts for like your mom or your mother-in-law or somebody that has a need for a really great everyday neutral palette. They have some really great options. So just wanted to give Sigma a little shout out because I haven't been talking about my gift set and some of you might be new here. So in case you didn't know, I do have a little collaboration with them. For my foundation, I did go back and I used my Tear AI filter foundation. I actually was talking to a friend and she said she picked this up on my recommendation and it looked really good on her. She's a busy mom and I'm so glad that she was able to take advantage of the Black Friday sale. Wearing my Makeup by Mario concealer, I definitely feel like this is a little light, but I did my best shade matching myself and I guess it is what it is. Wearing the Makeup by Mario bronzer and the Say liquid bronzer. I think I'm gonna buy this during the 20% off coupon that I got just now from Sephora because I feel like I'm almost done with this. Like I feel like I'm kind of like scraping the sides, but I don't know. I mean, I feel like I could live without this, but I also really enjoy it. So I think I might repurchase that. And then I've been really trying to use up this Huda color corrector. I feel like I never really understood color corrector. Like I was like, okay, I see it. But setting this before going in with my foundation and concealer has really helped. Like I feel like it really helps with my under eyes, and so I've been really enjoying wearing color corrector more. So yeah, I think that's everything I wanted to show you guys that's on my face today, and we're gonna get into another look. Okay, so I do have a little bit of the Makeup by Mario single eyeshadow on my eyes right now because that's the eyeshadow I wanted to wear for just like everyday vibes. And I love his single eyeshadows. I think this is the shade Chestnut. So I'm going to attempt to use this as a base. I do have mascara on. Usually I like to come on camera with just my foundation and stuff on, but sometimes YouTubers play little tricks on us and we just do our makeup on top of makeup we already had on. It's so close to the end of the day. It's 9:34, so I'm about to take this makeup off and get ready for bed, but I figured I'm actually really busy tomorrow night. Tomorrow will be Monday, and then Tuesday is when we take our oath for our citizenship, and it's at like 8 a.m. in the morning, so I won't be able to get new makeup releases ready. So I decided I'm going to film tonight, and I'm going to pre-film my new makeup releases, and so we're just going to work with this. It's going to be fine, right? I'll just like touch it all up, and we'll just do a neutral look with this palette. Even though you really want to play with these reds, I think we can do something fun with the neutral shades, and then we'll play with the fun colorful shades the next time we film. I am thinking I'm gonna have the new Blend Bunny palette soonish, so hopefully I can get something done with that for you guys. And yeah, I'm just checking in, trying to see how everybody's doing, how your holiday shopping and whatnot is going. But I just took the shade Nana Nap, which, listen, if you're a Bluey family, tell me you don't get the reference. You know what? Okay, if Glaminatrix doesn't feel too offended by it, I feel like we need a Bluey eyeshadow palette. I need to text her, actually. I wonder if she'll think I'm cuckoo bananas, but I'm gonna message her right now. Okay, I'm actually really curious to see if she'll respond to me. Drop Bluey and Bingo in the comments if you would buy a Bluey and Bingo inspired eyeshadow palette, because I know I would. Especially from an Australian indie brand that has top-notch. Did she respond? No, that was just my husband replying to my Lego comments that I sent him. Darn it. Now I'm like, wait, I want to make this happen. Glaminatrix. I mean, if their Tones of Tur did so well, I feel like Bluey would just send people into outer space. Okay, I love that shade. It blended perfectly with the Makeup by Mario single eyeshadow I had going there. And I'm going to deepen it up, but I really want to play with this peachy shade. I think it was meant to be on my lid. So that is the shade Barbie, which I love. And I know this is just going to like slide on my lid, which I'm super excited about. I totally banged my elbow in my door frame today, our bathroom door frame. And now it's like starting to hurt. I'm like, damn it. That's so cute. It looks gold to me. It doesn't pull as peachy as it did, or as I thought it would in the pan. Like in the pan, it looks more orange. I was not expecting it to look so golden, like so yellow gold. On my lid, I'm a little bit surprised. It's so beautiful though. This is such a sparkly New Year's vibes palette. How cute. Oh my gosh. That is so pretty. I love it. Okay. I'm going to take a little pencil brush and I'm going to go into this first shade called Pav. And that's going to be my inner corner shade. That is so pretty. Ooh-wee. Oh my god, that shade. Not surprised at all. I mean, it's Glaminatrix. They have the best quality eyeshadows. Like, some of the best, easily. Okay, I'm going to go into the shade Stubby. And I think I'm going to start that kind of on the outer corner here and slowly kind of blend it up into the outer edge. Okay, I really love how dramatic this look turned out, and I feel like this is a great way for me to show you how you can take something you had on during the day and turn it into something that might be more for an event, or if you're just going out to dinner, or you know what, if you want to wear this look during the daytime and you feel like it's a perfectly ordinary amount of makeup like I do, then you should feel free to do that. But I'm going to go ahead and zhuzh up the rest of my face, and I'll be right back to show you guys the finished look. Okay, this is the finished look, and listen, if this makeup doesn't look any better after I touched it up, just lie to me, okay? Just lie to me in the comments. This is the last look with the Mary Chrissy palette. Let me tell you really quick what is on my face today. So I did touch up my foundation. I'm wearing the Tier AI foundation. This is pretty new from them. I picked it up over Black Friday, and I've been using my Huda Beauty color corrector a lot. It's been so helpful with my eye bags. And then in the morning I put on this Say bronzer. Makeup by Mario, I touched that up today. And then my lip combo, I really wanted to use this little lip liner. I love this as a lipstick shade for me. And then I didn't want to have the same thing on as my last video, so I did throw on some of this Kaleidos lip gloss, or it's more like a lip balm gloss hybrid. And then I wanted it to be even more glossy, so I threw some of this Huda lip oil on. So that's the lip combo. Highlighter is this one from Benefit. It's the Glow La La in the shade Nova. My blush is Rhode Beauty. This is the shade Toasted Teddy. It's so cute. If you guys got the 20% off one-time purchase at Sephora and you kind of passed on Rhode Beauty during the Sephora sale, highly recommend the shade Toasted Teddy if it's in stock. It's such a beautiful neutrally shade. It's great for the fall time. So that is one of my favorite blush shades. And yeah, this is the look. Okay, now let's chat about the palettes. But right before we do that, I need you guys to vote for your favorite look. So if you want to vote for the Klarity palette, you need to leave me a spider emoji. Gourmande Girls palette, you can leave me a snowflake emoji. And if your favorite look is this one from Mary Chrissy, then leave me a little Christmas tree emoji. Or you can just write 1, 2, 3. It doesn't matter, but I always love to hear which look is your favorite. I definitely have a favorite palette of all 3 of these, but I'm so excited to finally be able to share my look with this palette with you guys. Now, I really like that they did these smaller pans, and I think it helped them keep the price of the palette low too, which is helpful. I feel like a majority of you would agree with me that you would pay less money for less product, no problem, because a lot of people do collect eyeshadow palettes. I don't really feel like there's a lot of people that consume beauty YouTube, especially these days, that are like a one eyeshadow palette at a time kind of person. Of course, I could be wrong. Definitely let me know in the comments. I would love to hear, like, on average, how many eyeshadow palettes do you have? I personally feel like I have a lot of palettes. And I do have a YouTube channel, but I feel like every time we talk about that, a lot of you say I'm not even a YouTuber, but I have XYZ palettes. So if you know off the top of your head how many eyeshadow palettes you have, this is a judgment-free zone. Let me know down in the comments because I'm nosy. As far as this color story goes, I think it's cute. It is mostly like a purple and green palette, and there's this beautiful like minty shade in here. I think it's a little bit different. It's fun. I can see it being a little bit Halloween, a little bit winter, a little bit fall. So it's just a little bit of a different take, but I think it's cute. And I think they did a good job with this. I would rank this probably as my second favorite palette out of all 3 of these. I would have to give third place to the Gourmande Girls palette, only because I don't love this color story. It's not a me color story, but it's definitely a very wintry color story. But I also feel like they did a good job because they didn't just do like blue and icy shade. So I do think this is a fun version of a wintry palette. I also think that this one has my favorite packaging. I just love that they did the snow globe. And I feel like, just from my very minimal experience of hearing other creators and owners talk about brands, that having palette packaging like this can be expensive. I think this is more of like a custom packaging. So I think for that purpose, I would probably vote this my favorite palette packaging. So this one is available now as well. They did launch it last night. I'm hoping to have this video up on Monday, so fingers crossed. And then the last palette is my favorite one, the Mary Chrissy palette. Honestly, when I started swatching this, I could tell the quality was just there. I love how creamy Glaminatrix eyeshadows are. And this one in particular feels really nice and soft and just very opaque and gorgeous. The shimmers feel so soft and beautiful. I can't wait to dive in to some of the colorful shades. I definitely can't wait to play with this last row. So that's definitely going to need to be on my list. I might even wear this palette for Christmas. Who knows? Who knows? I haven't even thought that far ahead, honestly. We're all just trying to survive out here right now. Oh my goodness. And this does have very cute packaging as well. I really love the embossing, and this palette reminds me so much of the You Beauty palette, the first palette Glaminatrix ever did. It was a reference to their Australian heritage. Names of the palette were, well, no, I think all of the names of the palette was actually an ode to Australia and the terminology that they use there. So I feel like this is kind of like bringing that magic back a little bit and making it so unique to the brand. So I love that for them. So yeah, this is my favorite palette of the three that I tried in this video. And I will definitely keep doing these videos because I have a lot to catch up on. So I wanted to do like 5-6 palettes in one video, but I feel like that's going to be a little unrealistic and you guys are just going to end up waiting for way too long. So like I said, I will link everything in a pinned comment and in the description box for you guys if you're interested in checking any of these brands out. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to support my channel for free, please give this video a thumbs up and leave me a comment. And if you aren't subscribed, please feel free to subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you in another video tomorrow. Bye, friends!